Okay, I'll try not to mention it again, but apologies for fluctuating light conditions. Just imagine someone's having a strobe party around me or something. Until I can be officially asked to buy myself a ring light for a more professional approach, I'm having to rely on God's nature. So I've just been sort of fighting the blinds, trying to get the perfect level of lighting. And it's, yeah, it doesn't help. I have to wait until almost sundown to do a review, but still. Okay, The New Mutants. I saw it 6th of September 2020. There's almost literally nothing to review here other than a highly predictable, childish borefest that gives fans of the X-Men franchise hope for continuation of it. This movie is basically a bunch of young adults constantly throwing tantrums about the fact they're being kept in a private institution, and yet they've clearly been there for a good few years. They're only now just suddenly wanting to protest it, you know. Added to this sudden uproar is the fact that each and every one of them actually had the power to break out anyway because they've got superpowers, but clearly the electric fence, you know, doesn't. It's a very good electric fence. It's B&Q, obviously. Rani, I think you pronounce, is a more vulnerable character. I'm sure Maisie Williams had a ball pushing her adorability to the limits, but in actual fact, she comes across as irritating as hell and sweet talk as she sort of sweet talks her way around the new girl on campus, in a cat-like sense. You know, like if you imagine, you know, like a cat sort of rubbing itself up and down your leg and purring. She's that. You just want to fucking kick her out of the way. But she's good. Yeah, Maisie Williams. She's got a lot of talent, that girl. I can't fault her. I actually saw her in an episode of Doctor Who recently, and she was fantastic. Absolutely fantastic. Eye candy to keep any of you going through the dire action throughout the film comes in the form of Sunspot, played by Henry Zaga. Zaga? No idea. He's hot. He gets completely nude as well, actually, near the end of the film, which is a big treat for you girls and most guys. Although, sadly, a random object, a fucking massive random object, falls down and covers his manhood perfectly. So you don't get to see his todger, sadly. Yeah, hold on to your pants, girls. He's quite a stonker, and I think you're about to mature by a few years at the sight of him. It's quite ironic. His character's hot, too. The typecast is Charlie, played by Sam Guthrie. You'll find he's an oddball character, as the same as he is in Stranger Things, really. Slightly typecast. The actor seems to be sort of dished these roles as if his face fits. That said, he's less annoying, to be fair, than most of the other characters, and actually makes the New Mutants quite bearable by amping up each scene with quite watchable dramatics. Him and Maisie together are superb. I also must say, Anya Taylor-Joy, she's an unstoppable force throughout this film. The movie may be a total shambles, but it's, you know, whenever she appears, there's just an unfaltering electric force. She reminds me actually a bit of being back at school when our drama class would put on a play and the stage was just filled with people who would just shit. Obviously, we were kids, but they just couldn't act. And there was one person who stood out, you know, who just shone through and delivered a performance so strong, if amateur, it simply embarrassed everybody else. Yeah, she reminds me a lot of that. She's in the wrong movie, basically. If this actress was the same character in any other production with better actors, it would make an absolute spellbinding watch. The New Mutants is probably a must for fans of the X-Men franchise and similar movies, Marvel, that kind of thing. It's very slick, swish, decent sort of hair flicking about and leather outfits and all that bollocks jumping about. It's that sort of stuff. It's one to tick off your watch list, yeah, if you're a fan of X-Men, but don't expect a hell of a lot if you enjoy a more meatier superhuman type flick. It's like a watered down sort of Fantastic Four, and it's probably now on Netflix. Actually, it's probably slid into the ones you won't really want to watch category. Right, so before I lose decent sunlight again, I'm going. Thanks for watching.